driving a modified Mustang should be fun, and fewer things are better than driving a centrifugally supercharged Mustang. Why? The boost, the swelling torque curve, the noise. After sampling a Vortech Heritage supercharger on a 1991 Fox body Mustang, we knew we had to have one for our next project, a 2018 Mustang GT. There's just something about the whistle of the blower, the whoosh of the bypass valve, and the progressive shove in the backside as the boost builds when the tack needle rushes to redline. It's addictive, and that's what makes driving a Mustang with a Vortech supercharger under the hood such a good time. However, the experience isn't limited to when the right pedal is down. With Vortech's new Heritage gears spinning the compressor wheel at a 3.6:1 ratio, the Vortech blower is a full-time addition to the driving experience. At idle and part throttle, the Vortech V3 JT trim blower whistles away, keeping the driver engaged. And at higher RPM, the included max flow race bypass valve dumps air with a satisfying whoosh that's really giggle-inducing. All that supercharger noise is supposed to be for making power, and boy does it make power. This 50-state legal Vortech supercharger kit added 190 horsepower to our essentially stock 2018 Mustang GT. The only previous modification was a Borla catback exhaust system. Pretty impressive. The Vortech system fits the 2018 to 2020 5-liter Mustang GT and features a V3 JT trim centrifugal supercharger with an air-to-air charge cooler. It's 50-state smog legal under CARB EO D213-38, but there's plenty of room to grow. As Vortech notes, the V3 JT trim supercharger is capable of up to 950 horsepower on modified applications. Our V3 JT trim compressor was fitted with a 3.6-inch drive pulley that nets 7.5 to 8.5 psi at 7,500 RPM. The supplied handheld programmer reflashes the factory PCM with a conservative Vortech calibration for 91 octane fuel. 47 pound-per-hour injectors and a MaxFlow plug-and-play fuel pump voltage booster handle fueling duties. The high-flow air-to-air charge cooler keeps inlet temps in check before feeding boost through a 98mm blow-through MAF housing. When off boost, a Vortech MaxFlow race bypass valve vents to the atmosphere. Installation is easy with Vortech's extremely detailed instruction book. The chassis dyno confirmed what our butt dyno felt. The Vortech supercharged Gen 3 Coyote was making serious steam. At a modest 8.6 psi, this 2018 Mustang GT made 674 horsepower and 539 pound-feet of torque, which is calculated at the flywheel. That's a pickup of 190 horsepower and 119 pound-feet of torque. Who can argue with a 40% increase in power? Look how the boost rate picks up after 6,000 RPM. And the Vortech V3 JT trim blower hits its stride. Using our HP Tuner software, a data log confirmed that the Mustang's PCM was content with Vortech's 50-state legal calibration. Note that the PCM's negative retard value represents additional spark advance, which can be counterintuitive. Overall, an experienced tuner might be able to add some power with ignition timing, fueling, and camshaft timing changes, but with a totally stock drivetrain, including the clutch, we're not eager to get greedy with a spicy tune-up, at least not quite yet. We couldn't be happier with how much more fun this 2018 Mustang GT is to drive. The noise is a throwback to our old Fox body days, but with the incredible power and refinement of today's S550 Mustang. While we thought the Heritage gears might get old, they don't. We like them more and more every time we hit the starter button.